Okay, so today I'm just gonna show you my paint brushes. I got some really old, nasty paint brushes. As you can see, some of them have paint on them. They're not the best shape, but I'm gonna show you why they're like that. I used to paint everything detail by detail, stroke by stroke, until I learned this technique. And it's basically like an optical illusion. So I'm going to grab one of these ugly brushes. I don't know if you can see, but these bristles are just really uneven. That's what you want. Instead of painstakingly painting in every single blade of grass one at a time, what you're going to do is you're going to take your base color and mix it with a lighter color. Say, I'm using Payne's Gray today, so I mixed it with white. You can see it right here. And I'm just grabbing a little bit of paint, not a lot, just a little bit on the end. And then we're just going to be stippling in with this middle ground color. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let's just pretend that this is a gray tree and these are all the leaves. Or they could be spots on a trout. Doesn't have to be perfect. You see how I left, some dark marks in there. And then, you see how I have this paint on the end of the brush like that? You see the cool texture that my brush creates? That's on purpose. That's not just because I didn't want to clean it. I promise. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is just barely coat the tip of the brush. And take it on your palette and just tap out all of the excess. And then, for your final, this may not work because the paint's wet. Normally you want the paint to dry out a little bit. But you're going to go back on top and just do very light, subtle little taps. And these are all the highlights, say on your tree, your scales, your water. And you're not filling in everything. You want to have those dark spaces and light spaces. You want to have that contrast that's in there, that black right there. I just barely put a little bit of white over there. And now you're using an effect of optical illusion rather than painstakingly going in with a tiny itty bitty brush and doing every single one of these little leaves. And just look at the texture difference between that old brush and all the detail that it put in there and all that variation that it put in there, rather than just using one single brush for hours. I'm not saying you can't use one single brush for hours, but this really helped me out a little bit. I like the variation and the expressionism in my artwork, and I hope it helps you. Have a great day.